Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another edition of what is in our stand today. So today we're going to talk about what I consider good, bad, or maybe not so great derailleur hanger design. But before we get going, please like, subscribe to the channel, and please share, because I'm trying to grow this channel and we're at, I think, 195, 196 subscribers, and I'd really like to get to 200, and I appreciate all of you who have already subscribed. So I'll give you a second to subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so what I want to show you today is two methods of attaching a rear derailleur hanger to a frame. And one of them is not so great. So let's take a look at this. So this particular hanger, if you can see, this is a very good illustration because the frame is red and this black part is what we call the rear derailleur hanger. And what that does is it hangs off of the frame, and then you attach the rear derailleur by this bolt right here. So this bolt is now attached to this part that's called a hanger, and this hanger, in my opinion, is not a very good design because let's maybe discuss what a rear derailleur hanger does. It is supposed to brake in case there's some issue in the drivetrain, and it's supposed to brake and protect your carbon frame, in particular carbon frames. Steel frames don't even have a detachable hanger. So in this case, if this derailleur hanger were to break, it would take with it this portion of the dropout. This is where the wheel goes in, the skewer, and then that's what attaches your wheel to the rest of your frame. So that's called a dropout. And that would just break off. And I've got personal experience with that because my own personal frame had this same type of hanger. As you could see, it's almost an exact copy of it. And when that hanger broke, it broke off this portion of the dropout. It broke it. So now this frame it's useless now. Okay. So if this is not a great design, what would be a better design, or what is more common? Well, let me show you what I believe is a better design, and it's actually what I see most commonly on bikes. So excuse my back for a second as I show you this bike. So if you look here, this hanger is actually coming off of the frame, and it does not pinch the frame on both sides. So the frame stops here and the hanger then starts there. If this hanger were to break, which is a good thing, by the way, it's designed to break. So if this were to break, it would protect the frame. In many, many cases, I've seen this many times before. We've had a broken hanger. We just replaced this part. It's probably $30 to $40, depending on the brand. And you've protected a frame that is several $1,000s. So that is designed to break. Let's talk about one more thing. Because they're designed to break, sometimes my customers may come in, they'll say, oh, my rear derailleur hanger is bent. And when the hanger is bent, if it's bent towards the wheel, which is the most common, what happens is if you were to shift into these other top cogs here for climbing, you might actually overshift into your frame. Okay, and so the derailleur will get caught in the spokes, rip a bunch of spokes off, and might even what I've seen a lot is the chain gets kinked. So you got to replace the chain, replace the spokes on the wheel, and hopefully it broke and saved your frame. So when a customer comes in and they say, you know, my hanger is bent, my shifting is compromised, I say to them, do you own a spare hanger? And I always tell folks when they bring bikes for service with this kind of an issue is, let's buy two hangers, one to replace this one right now, and one so you always have a spare. because what I've seen in the past is it's very hard to bend back that rear derailleur hanger. Remember what I said before, it's designed to break. So when you're trying to bend it back, 7 out of 10 times they'll snap. And so it's always best to have a spare hanger. If you're a mountain biker, you know about this. And if you're a mountain biker, you almost always have a spare hanger in your toolkit, whatever you use for a toolkit, because you could be out there, your rear derailleur gets caught in a bush or you know, some twig or some roots, rips that off. At least you can put your hanger back on and get home. So it's really important that if you have a spare hanger, we replace it, because if I try to bend it back, it'll snap. And one other thing that I've seen a lot is, I just wonder how this became a thing, but there's literally 500 or more rear derailleur hangers. Even within the same brand, they will have 5 or 6 different derailleurs on their models. So you break a hanger, and then it's very hard to find the hanger that is specific for your bike, the year of your bike, the brand and the model of your bike. So it's always best to have a hanger. As I mentioned before, it's probably $30 to $40 to have one, and it gives you some peace of mind. And I had one guy, he had, I think it was a Kestrel, and we looked everywhere for it. Here in the US, overseas, we looked everywhere for it. I don't know how I got lucky. I ended up talking to one guy who says, via email, he said, oh, I think I have one in my desk drawer. So it wasn't even in their inventory, and that was pretty much the last one for this bike. And you would think it was a popular frame. It was a Kestrel RT700 or something. And had we not found that derailleur hanger, that frame would be now useless. So 2 things for today: buy a spare hanger, always keep it around. And 2, make a comment below and let me know what type of hanger you have. Do you have one that pinches it like this on both sides? Or do you have one that hangs in a more traditional sense off of the frame? Okay, that's all for today. And if you would please subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends if you like the content. And please put a little smiley face so I know that you've watched it all the way to the end. All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.